All right. Let's just go. Right? No timer, no nothing. People, hurry up, dude. Get your stuff going. All right. Here we go. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, live from the worldwide internet, Big Daddy Shin's proud to present Worldwide Wednesday. Yay! Right? Some of you guys are like, "Oh yeah, good Worldwide Wednesday." I couldn't wait for this show, right? If you don't know who I am, yes, I am Big Daddy Shin. That's what I do right here, right? Some people. Oh, let me reset this. You know, all three of you are like, yeah, when's this thing coming on? All right, so yeah, looks like we're back to life, right? So let me get this straight. I think I did talk about this one before, but this is kind of like the official day now because, okay, outside all the world, right? There are places that are still shut down. I get it. My heart goes out to you guys, and I know it totally sucks. But in California, on June 15th, 2021, the governor, he opened up everything. He said, all right, poof, magic, COVID's gone. Yay. So this is the actual official day that everybody, you know, got to go out and do like their freedoms and stuff. Sangun, no, I'm not eating breakfast. But anyways, Sanghun is gone to YouTube right now. Hey, what's going on? Didn't think I could read that Korean. So, yeah. So, you know, a lot of people, it was like New Year's Eve, okay? You know when people every year, I hate New Year's Eve, by the way, right? But, you know, they're like, oh, you know what? My year totally sucks, and I can't wait till New Year's Eve. And then, you know what? It's going to be totally different. And then, you know, December 31st. All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Yay, Happy New Year. And then all of a sudden, you're like, nothing seems to be changed. Right? So that's why right now, it's like when things open, I didn't think it was going to be too different. In fact, I thought it was like the same about like maybe like a month ago, right? Because it was the way that things are going. It looked like it was perfectly back to normal. You know, I drive an hour and a half to work and 2.5 hours back, and you know, there's a lot of traffic, and you go shopping, you go out to the park, and a lot of people, they didn't have their mask, all that kind of stuff, right? But I thought about it, and now that we're actually out, okay, I personally think that we are better than before. They go, oh, good, I'm glad we're back to normal, but no, I think we are better than normal. And I'm going to address many of these things. If somebody wants to chime in and think other ways why we're better, then awesome. Because some people think like, oh, you know what? Yeah, well, we still got to wear our masks and people are careful and, you know, people. No. All these things are good things. Okay? For instance, okay, let's just go to the most simple things of it, right? Now, you know, when people have the mask, they're scared of the virus and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to die, right? People are going to cough on me and stuff. What do? They go, yes, you need to cover your mouth when you cough. They're like, oh my gosh. And then they had to actually have an organization tell you to cover your mouth when you cough. And then when you cough, what do they also say? Wash your hands. Yeah, I just run it through. No, for 20 seconds. Sing the whole happy birthday song. They're like, oh my gosh. So, right. Jesus. Oh my gosh. Right there, you had covering your mouth when you cough and washing your hands. These are things that people had to be told what to do during the pandemic. And like, you know what? That's a really good thing right there. Okay, so I don't mind that. Now, another thing that when people did, it's like, yeah, you know, the whole thing about germs and stuff, and people are like, oh, stay away from me, I'm going to die, or if you're next to me, I'm going to die, touch of death. Hey, let's go hang out. No, I don't want to die, you know, that kind of stuff. I remember me and my buddy joked. It's like now that, you know, quarantine's on, you know, it's like, just imagine how hard it is to date when people didn't want to hang out with you before quarantine, right? It's going to be even worse. You go on a date, they wear a mask, or they don't even want to, like, you know, shake your hand or give you a hug and stuff. You're like, oh my God, right? And so, hey, Greg, how's it going? I thought about you this week. I'm thinking about barbecues. So, you know, I realized something about the whole pandemic, about the whole closeness stuff. Now, when it first started and people are worried about people dying. Now, mind you, people were dying, right? And then, you know, some people, they would catch flu, or they'd catch COVID, or mostly it was COVID and nobody had flu. But, you know, people were getting sick. And then so what happened was people were being isolated as well, right? So my whole thing is, I realized that, like, if someone I loved, right, had it, I'm not going to isolate them. I mean, I had a friend, okay, yes, he got it, and then they isolated him for a month, and then before his month was up, you know, he had a heart attack and he passed away, okay? But, I mean, I'm not mad about, I mean, of course I'm disappointed he's gone, but it's the fact that everybody just treated him like he was like some disease. He couldn't even hug his daughter, you know, his wife, and, you know, the family. They all just, like, kept distance. But I thought about it. You know, if somebody was that close to me and I really love them, right? I mean, thank God my mom is doing great. Hey, Mom, how are you doing? So my thing was, okay, if my mom got sick, would I just sit there and just look at her through the window and go, oh, sorry, Mom, you know, start singing goodbye songs on karaoke nights, you know? I know, bad joke, right? But the thing is, I wouldn't be able to do it. I would want to be there right by my mom and, you know, hug her and stuff. So it's like, you know, that's what you do. And then so I wouldn't care if I got sick, because, you know, if we die from this thing, we die together, right? So that's why during you know, pandemic, they say, like, oh, you know what? Why don't you quarantine with people that you know? So, you know, I was with Harold the handyman and family, you know, Jose the handyman and Gabby, you know. So if any of us got sick, I mean, we got sick. And, you know, I always told Harold, it's like, dude, okay, you know, you get sick, I get sick, we both get sick, and, you know, we die, whatever, right? But that didn't happen. It's just we just lived our lives, and we just didn't live in fear, right? And then so that's why it's like, I know with them I'm able to trust. And then same thing, some of my other friends. I mean, I could go on the list on the people that would actually go want to hang out and stuff. And then so during the time when everybody was, you know, when it first started, it kind of changed how the future goes, because now you know who is scared to get sick from you and who's not. Now, am I bitter boy about it? No, of course not. Because some people, they value more than others, right? It's like, you know, some people, you'll drop anything you want and take their phone call. Or some people are like, oh, yeah, you know, it's like, oh, I'm kind of busy. You know what I'm talking about. But when you are faced with, in the media, with a deadly virus, and the people that would actually see you and risk their lives to see you, they're a little bit more special than the ones that wouldn't. Does that make sense? I mean, Greg, I love you, bro. Don't worry. You watch my show, so you get a pass. But so now when we're back to normal, right? You know, people go, oh, thank God it's all over, and now we can hang out. No, we can't. I mean, you know, you can, but it's like, you know, before, when you would go to like a party or you'd go to something, whatever, and everyone's like, oh, you know, giving the hugs and stuff and whatever. And then, oh, yeah, glad to see you today, right? No matter how superficial or whatever. I mean, I love my friends. Don't get me wrong, right? And I still love those people tremendously. But what happens is when people start to like get nervous and suspicious on how you are. Yeah, I get it. If somebody doesn't want to hug me because I smell like garlic, that's one thing, right? But then some people, when they see you, it's like, oh, you got to put your mask on. And it's like, okay, I get it. And then so I remember, love is when your brother has coronavirus. I mean, literally tested it. And then, deep inside, he's really sick, but I'm going, gosh, I mean, I even sung that song that He Ain't Heavy. He's my brother's song for him. I'm like, oh my gosh, what if this is it? All those memories you're thinking about home, But then he wasn't worried about that. It's just, he just said it was really bad. But thing is, I'm like, okay, now I'm faced with that situation. It's not my mom, it's my brother. Now what do? Do I just leave him there and just act like, just let nature take its course and never see him again? Or do I go there? So I went there. I mean, we got the fist bump. We don't really hug that much anyway. So fist bump, it was like really intimate, It's like, yes, thanks a lot, bro, And then, buying him some food to eat, whatever. He couldn't eat it. He just throw it up. But it's a fact where just going where he had it, his wife had it, shoot, the dog probably had it. His nephew didn't have it because his son's like really young. And I'm thinking, okay, if anyone was going to catch this, it would be this 50-year-old overweight Asian. Well, the Asian thing doesn't really have to do anything with it, right? But it's like, 50, overweight, and, at risk. But true love went over there and hung out, right? And then so, just different, the people's allegiance, and that's what it's pretty good, right? The people that you work with, the people that where you go eat, and like who trusts you or not. I mean, it's of course, granted, it is serious because people did have people that like got sick from this. Okay, I get it, right? But on that one, that's one of the big changes where it's like, you'd like to have it normal where like everybody just gets along and great, right? But it's better than normal because now the people that really have your back. The ones that if you're sick, they would have taken care of you if you got sick, right? And then they're the ones that would bring you soup or something, and it's beautiful, right? And then so I know, right? Yeah, Simon. They thought that they were on the channel of BTS. I know, horrible. By the way, if you get a chance to see the World Taekwondo, for you non-Korean, it's Taekwondo, right? Watch that video on America's Got Talent. They are incredible, incredible. So I don't care if Bruce Lee says boards don't fight back, they don't hit back. Well, these people are pretty amazing. Okay, now moving on to the whole thing because I shouldn't have even led with that one because the people that watch the replay, they're like, what a jerk, he's horrible. But, doesn't matter. Oh, yeah. And then so, I mean, it matters, but, what can you do? What is it? Yeah, so another thing that I realize why it's going to be better than normal, okay? When people, they have near-death experiences or something happens and then all of a sudden they get like that second chance. Oh my gosh, I almost died. Wow, look at this brisket. This brisket smells really delicious this time. Oh, I can't believe I took it for granted. Oh, look at these flowers. Look at the sky. Look at all, right? All the stuff we took for granted. Yeah, I mean, remember, we had actual lockdowns. They made us go home by like 9 o'clock or 7 o'clock, and you had to stay inside your house until like 5 in the morning until all's clear, right? But there's people outside riding and all that stuff. I mean, I get it, but it's like you basically had to do it. And in that meantime, you better have had food and toilet paper and stuff because you're like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do without toilet paper? And then people were, I don't know, it's like they're buying the paper towels too. It's like, look, just use a rag, use an old shirt or something. But I think people are probably using the paper towels for toilet paper, right? So people would take this toilet paper for granted. They wrap it up, before pandemic, they're probably wrapping around their hand about like 20 times. And then like, it's like, oh, shoot, I didn't get it all. Wrap another 20 times, using a whole roll of toilet paper every wipe probably. right? But then when we had that toilet paper shortage, I mean, those people are probably doing that one square toilet paper trick, you know? And then they're like, you know, it's like gold. You know, it's like that Twilight Zone when the guy had like, you know, all that gold and then he's trying to switch water. It's like one drink, one bar of gold. Okay, you Twilight Zone people who know that one. Awesome. You just dated yourself. So, yeah, so all these things that we took for granted before, right? You like my NutriBullet that I let someone borrow and they never brought it back. I'm like, you know what? It would be awesome to be able to make a juice, right? Or, you know, just being able to do certain things. And then when Disneyland closed and all the amusement parks, you're like, oh man, because there are times where it's like me and my friends would go to Disneyland and we just go just to go eat something and then go on one ride, Small World, and go home, right? Took it for granted because everyone had their passes, and then, you know, I went on the last day it was open and whatever, right? And then so now it's like, you know, when it opens again, because people were missing, they were jonesing for this Disney fix. And then, you know, their Knott's Berry Farm, their Magic Mountain, even SeaWorld, people are just dying to go, right? The cemeteries are dying to go. I know, just kidding, bad joke. Oh, yeah. So it's like, you know, it's funny too, because before the whole thing, the pandemic, you know, I mean, you know, I'm a single dude living at my apartment. I had the same Costco industry pack of toilet paper for like, I don't know, probably 2 years. The reason being is because, you know what? I'm not one of the type of guys or people that like, oh, I only could go to the bath at my house. No, I'm going to go at the gym. I'm going to go at school. You know why? Because I don't have to clean it. I can just do it. I mean, I was going to dun, but, you know, I'm going to give a yay on that one, right? And then so when I was doing this, I realized how much I actually use the restroom and how many times you have to clean the toilet. You have to clean the shower. You know, it's like, you know, you don't have 24-hour fitness doing it for you anymore. So which leads me to another thing too, is like how much I appreciate the gyms. Okay. So even though I bought this machine right there, you know, yeah, you can do cardio and stuff, but you know, all the gym equipment just skyrocketed like houses, right? But you know, but I realized that for me, I feel great when I do the weights because I like to feel that afterburn on, you know, after you work out, go home, take a shower, go eat dinner, and you still feel like you worked out. It's like those are the type of things for the gym. And then hanging out with my buddy Jack on those bikes and stuff, that was great. You know, just socializing, and then, you know, just the smell of sweat. You know, some people love the smell of Pirates of the Caribbean, the smell of Haunted Mansion, smell of Small World, right? Some people like the smell of the gym. And then so hopefully it's like when the people actually showered, because some gyms don't smell as good as others. But who is it? Yeah, so you know, the gym when it opened, it was great. And then you're like, all right, I took that for granted, you know? And especially like, you know, one thing, okay, I'm gonna admit this too. Okay, like Costco is like the Korean Target, right? It's like you enjoy going to Costco. There are times where I mean I hope Costco people aren't watching me, but there are times where I'm just going to Costco, I get a cart. I literally almost fill my cart with a lot of stuff. I'm going, why am I buying this earphones? Why am I buying this toolkit? I don't even use tools. Why am I buying this tuna, salmon, and crab, you know, just whatever. Okay, maybe I don't do that. Usually non-perishable stuff. So I'm going around the whole thing, and I look at my cart. I'm going, I don't need this. So I just leave it there and I go, right? But back then, you could just come and go to Costco as you please. But now, you go to Costco, well, not now anymore, but during the pandemic, there are those lines that, you know, even Disneyland was saying, gosh, Costco, those are really long lines, right? Going in a couple of times, and you know, you go for that toilet paper rush and like Pistol. Yeah, you said you're a grocery store person, but people would go and try to, you know, just bum rush and get in there. So I think half the people, they did need to get their necessities and everything, and I think half the people just wanted to walk around Costco so they could, you know, be social, right? Because you know you're at home. And then so even okay, some people they took for granted even your enemies. It's easy to take your friends for granted, but it's not so easy to take your enemies for granted. But the thing is, even if you like almost bump into somebody, they say, "Hey, watch it, buddy." It's like, ooh, they call me buddy, right? I mean, at least it's like you feel like you're living. You're not the last man on earth, last woman on earth or whatever. And then so that's why it's like just going in there and just whatever it was amazing, right? Now I didn't do that because I just don't like that line at Costco. It's horrible. Thank God it's not there anymore, you know. And then a lot of people you could get all your stuff and then so now that it's open, it's like gosh, I'm not going to take Costco for granted anymore, you know. And then also my car, right? Freeway driving during pandemic, nobody's on the freeway, right? And then so it's like you could come and go like wherever you wanted, like really fast. I mean, not super fast. I mean, you drive 60 miles an hour, then you're gonna get there in 60 miles. But if you're not gonna before like you didn't have like all these like accidents and stuff because there weren't that many cars out there, and you're just driving like, oh my gosh, too bad it can't be like this forever. Of course, it can't be like that forever because like now there's so many people on the freeway, right? I mean, what I took for granted before, freeway chases. Now, the thing is, I love watching freeway chases, right? But when there's nobody on the freeways, no one's chasing each other, right? I'm not condoning this. I don't want you to be like, oh yeah, well, you know what? I'm inspired to do outrun the cops from watching Shin's show. No. It's not like that. But what happens is, it's like for some reason, I don't know why, I'm like majority of the public, they love freeway chases. I mean, I don't like the fact that a lot of people can get hurt and stuff like that. Dude that like, he was on the motorcycle freeway chase. I'm like, oh my gosh. But you're watching because you're like, it's like a tightrope walker. You're like, is something going to happen? Are they flying Walindas? But no, it's like, and the other day, actually, I was driving home from Compton. Where? Compton. Yeah. Right? So I was driving from Compton. Actually, it was LA, but for more effect, I'm saying Compton because it was around that area. And then while I'm driving back, I saw 4 cops speed by very, very fast. But it was dark. I didn't see any car even in front. So I don't know if I was part of a speed chase. And then so my eyes are bad. And as I'm older, I don't want to go on my phone to see if there's a car chase going on. So that was kind of interesting. Now, the thing is, we had to deal with the safety because that's another thing that I took for granted like crazy. Okay. I mean, I already talked about like, washing your hands and blowing your nose and coughing in other people and, just be really conscious about it. Right. And it's funny too, because the other day I was in a crowded room and I coughed. And then, just jokingly, oh, not COVID, right? It's not funny anymore. Because, in the very beginning, like, everyone's like, oh, shoot, that Shin coughed. He must have COVID. But no one really cares anymore, right? But, of course, you have to cover your mouth, wash your hands. But, when people are out and about, you get not so smart people doing not so smart things, right? So you have a lot of like, gun crimes, robberies. I got robbed the other day and I was pissed, I live here for like, over 10 years. Everything's perfectly fine. And then, just one day I woke up. It's like, did you go to 7-Eleven? Chase fraud alert. I'm like, oh my God. A, I'm flattered Chase doesn't think I'd go to 7-Eleven. And B, I'm like, okay, it was like at 6 in the morning. And then I'm like, I guess maybe they thought fraud alert because I was up at 6. But, I said no, got it canceled. I had to cancel all my stuff. But then I go outside of my car later and all my doors are open. And, I felt violated. I'm like, gosh, I can't believe someone would actually steal from me. So, would this have happened during lockdown? Probably not. Well, I don't know. But I mean, I still have my health. It didn't take much. But still, just the fact that they're dealing with that stuff. But you hear a lot of freeway shootings. You have all that kind of stuff, and then now Texas, they're having was it? I think they have some type of new law that the governor just signed in Texas that anybody could carry a gun now. I'm like, wow, So, yeah, Greg, I after having my car for all these years, I assumed that when you walk away from the car, it automatically locks. So last week I found out that it doesn't. So when the place where I live at right now, it's like there's always some dude looking in the trash can for like bottles and stuff, and then people just leave them alone, right? It's like, all right, dude, take the bottles, whatever. Here, can you throw out my trash? Here's my cup. But yeah, apparently I don't know if he did it. And then there's people that climb the fence or whatever. People let people in the gate, whatever, and then so you never really think about how gnarly it is until it happens to you, right? So that's that. I went to the sheriff, did a police report, and talked to the manager. Found out that it happens a lot. I'm like, gosh, if it happens a lot, you would put a camera up there, maybe have the lights on. When you see people, everybody knows each other in here. If you see someone tugging at your door, say something, or call me out. I could use the exercise. Did you guys see Nobody? Okay. Nobody with Bob Odenkirk. I highly recommend you watch that movie if you've never seen it. The whole last year messed me up. I still need to heal from it, but I'm just happy to see things coming right. So a lot of things take for granted. Okay, so nothing to. Yes, that's true. It messed up a lot of people, but you know what? This pandemic helped a lot of people too, right? What happened was during the pandemic, I didn't realize how much money I spent on other people. All right, Greg the attorney. You know what? In my mind, it's robbery. I'm gonna fake news it and say it was murder. But it's funny too because it's like, okay, they took a Surface Pro that belonged to my school in a backpack, and they left my golf clubs, they left my my blazer, they left my pork pie hat, they left my they left a lot of stuff. My dad's Cartier glasses. But you know what they took? They took my Dodger jacket. I'm like, oh my God. Out of everything, Dodger jacket. Oh, and they took my earphones. And my car charger. It's like, that's why I buy a new car charger. Here it is right here. Here's my Cluvox. It was the highest rated one there. And then, taken for granted, a car charger. It goes like this. It's supposed to be the fastest car charging port. So you can put two things in there. So they give you one of these USB-C things. And so, yeah, it's like now whenever I'm driving, my battery will go dead. Pistol. It's not robbed. It's more of like a criminal trespassing, as Greg said on Facebook. But it's bound to happen. It is bound to happen. So, my mom, everybody's telling me, you got to move to Victorville. I'm going, oh my God. And then I hope that my friends from Victorville are not watching, but I only have like 2, right? So since I work up in there, next year I'm going to have to drive up there every day. So I don't want to drive up 5 days a week again because I drove up 5 times and I fell asleep like almost 3 times, right? And then so I figure, okay, do I go Monday through Friday, drive 3 hours a day so then I could enjoy the weekend? Or do I just live up there and if I need to come down and see my friends and family, I just drive 2 times? So, okay, math is pretty simple, right? So now it comes down to, oh, yes, I am. I'm roughly in LA, Jessica. So, but pretty soon I'm gonna be a high desert dude, and it's gonna suck because yesterday it was 109 degrees. I go, oh my god! When I'm driving there, I felt like I felt like I did something bad, and I'm driving to hell. Literally, I'm driving, and then even with the air conditioner on, my air conditioner is pretty awesome, and I was still sweating. I go from I had to change my direct deposit because of the checks. I go from my car to the district office, and literally I walked and it just started pouring sweat. I'm inside. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. But I cooled off in there. I'm talking to some people, whatever. And I'm like, okay, fine. I'm gonna get back to my car. I walk back, and that was crazy. And so to top it off, when I'm driving home, I'm stuck in traffic on the Cajon Pass. Sucked. I'm like, shh. So I work up there, Jessica. So I'm a teacher, and I teach at a virtual academy. And you think like, oh, if you're a virtual teacher, you don't have to move anywhere. Yeah, but next year they said that we have to work at an actual facility, which is fine. But thing is, I just wouldn't be able to just drive up there every day. But pretty soon, yes, I'm going to be there. And then so, I'm looking at different houses and stuff up there, and it's pretty crazy because it's like, all right, when you look at houses in L.A., Orange County. I mean, I've been looking for different houses, and I've been looking from like different ranges. Okay, but Jessica, what area are you from? So I could give you an idea on what everything is over here. Oh, anyways, well, I'll keep reading. So what happened is when I was going for houses like in Orange County area, Diamond Bar, Fullerton, Anaheim, I'm thinking like, okay, I could drive from there. I could totally do it. It's only an hour away, right? But I kept losing bids by $30,000, $50,000, $100,000. You're like, oh my gosh, these freaking people. Yes. Oh my gosh, that's pretty gnarly too. And you know what's funny, Jessica? I was thinking about going to Six Flags like tomorrow, right? Because now you don't need a reservation. And then I have a pass that I had ever since the pandemic. I was just going to go get my food. But thing is, it's hot. I don't want to drive that far. It's going to be like boiling, right? I could probably put like cup of noodles in my car with water. And then when I get out of whatever, it'll be like cooked. No, I take that back. When I park my car, let it sit there, and then, okay, there we go. I could boil an egg on my roof. I get it. But, so what happens is, you have a lot of these people that are overbidding there, and then as a result, prices went up. Oh yeah, by the way, one of the good things about the pandemic is you take for granted on having houses on the market, right? The average, they go like, like 3 or 4 days, unless the house totally sucks, then it'll be like on for like a month, 2 months, right? So, yeah. So on these houses, all of a sudden I started doing like, okay, I'll get a house for like $500,000. No, you can't get a house for $500,000 here because they're just like, maybe a small condo or something, right? And then even if you did bid for it, you're going to lose because there's so many people out there with the low interest rate and all the free money from everywhere. They're buying these houses for like $550, $575. You're like, oh crap. Okay, you know what? Hey, but for $550, you could get a better house. Okay, awesome. Then people are bidding for like $650 and stuff. You're like, crap. Then you go to $600,000 houses. People are buying those for like $675, $700, and then you go to the $650, the $700 house. Next thing you know, you're bidding on a house for $800,000, and then all of a sudden you lose because someone bought it for $930. You're like, oh my god, I'm never buying a house. I'm just a teacher, right? And then so that's why I'm like thinking like, gosh, okay, it's not my destiny, right? I'm gonna be a grown dude who just lives like in a shack. No, because a shack, you'd probably own it. And then it got so frustrating. I'm thinking, okay, you know what? I'm going to go move to Victorville. F it, right? But I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go find something like retire and whatever. And then so I saw a mobile home for $35,000. I go, holy crap! I could buy that cash probably, right? And then I read the fine print. The land is $600 a month, and you lease the land. So as soon as that lands go, you got to pick up your mobile home and like push it to the next landline. And then to add more insult to injury, it was a 55 and older senior mobile home park, so I wasn't getting any play there, right? So okay, my boss can't really wants me to go to the high desert, and then so he's showing me all these different places, and then like, okay, we might have the school here, this, oh, right here, this is good place, this is good place, this one maybe not as good, all that kind of stuff, right? So what happened is when I'm driving, because we had to deliver these bags to all our students, right? About 100 of them. So I went all over, Adelanto, Hesperia, Victorville, and I saw the works of it. I'm like, gosh, it's like, well, how about this area? How much your house is there? Oh, it's about 250,000. I go, what? 250,000? Oh, right there, 175. What? So I'm just thinking like, okay, what am I going to do? Am I going to be able to do it? And then he goes, yeah, but it's probably not too safe over there. Someone got shot over there and then some people right here. My neighborhood's totally safe though, because everybody has guns. I go, oh my God, you're kidding me. So just so you know, he's like the nicest man that you'll ever meet, right? But I can't imagine him doing the whole Clint Eastwood, get off my lawn with like a shotgun. But you know what? You try to rob his house, yes, someone's going to die. I'm like, wow, forget the whole coronavirus thing. You got to worry about the shotgun from my boss's house or the neighbors. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to live there. And then there's another place that was nearby. There's houses that are like 350 and stuff. And, those ones look pretty good too. And I'm like, it's an older golf course right over there. And then, but it's like, gosh, I'm looking at some of these newer houses that like, it looks like good neighborhoods, but it's like when you drive in the neighborhood and you see like 7 cars, like in the parking lot, like 2 of them are on the lawn and then 5 of them are in the thing. You're like, I don't know about that. And then if you're in the newer houses, they don't have grass. So it's like they build their houses closer together and just to like conserve on water. So when we go outside, now granted, these are very nice looking houses, okay? But I go outside and there's like 0 water, right? And then all of a sudden you feel like the heat just punched you in the face. This is crazy. I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? It's gonna be nuts. So, yeah, I mean, there's some nicer areas, and then there's one area that's really nice. But it's like, 15, 20 minutes from my office. I'm not going to fry an egg on my hood just because I don't want, I like the color of my paint being black. It's not Rocket League where I could have like a decal that like, a black car with like the egg thing going. And I know I'm pretty geeked out using Rocket League references. I get it. At least I didn't do Fortnite, right? But so yeah, so these houses over there, I saw like on the lake, they're like 500,000, 600,000. Some people are saying like 700,000. I'm like, what the hell? Who's going to buy a lake house for $700,000? Apparently, people do. But then I'm looking at those places. There's golf course houses. There's all this kind of stuff. I'm like, oh, this neighborhood looks really nice. And then like, Apple Valley, it's pretty nice over there too. And then I'm thinking like, oh, okay, maybe those are the places I'll target, right? Because, if you can find a pretty good house for like, half the price of like Diamond Bar and Fullerton and Anaheim and Brea, why not, right? Well, there's a reason why not. So, I joined some of those like Facebook groups just to see what's going on, right? It's like, okay, let me see what my future neighbor is going to be like. And what happens? There's just a bunch of people complaining all the time. Oh, our street, it's like a drag strip. There's all these people. There's always an accident once a month or something. I went, oh my gosh. Hey, does anybody see this lady? So they take a picture of some lady whose dog craps on everybody's lawn, you know. Oh, and these person right there. Oh, look at this guy, whatever. He was at my house. And so it's like that, another Twilight Zone episode where they start blaming everybody on the aliens coming home. If you know that one, you're more of a diehard Twilight Zone than I am because I never watched that one. Okay. And then, what is it? Yeah. So you have that. And then, wow. Are you watching this live and then you're watching the repeat at the same time? I'll explain in a second, Jessica. So, yeah, I'm looking at these different places. Oh, what happens is you have a lot of people that move from other areas. Like they go, oh, you know what? I hate LA. LA sucks. Look at all these people around here. I'm going to sell my house and I'm going to go to Victorville. Okay, great. So they go like, oh, look, So some people, it's like, yeah, there's not the best reputation on some of the cities around there because there's like there's a prison there. There's like a lot of dispensaries and, just picture Breaking Bad. I'm Walter White, the nice version. No, I'm joking. But it's like, so you have the type of people. So it turns out that everybody in this area have guns as well because people are known to get robbed. I mean, robbed. Not like glorified trespassing like my car thing was. I mean, robbed. So then I'm talking to just different people. It's like, it's like really nice lady. It's like, oh yeah, I heard people have guns. Yeah, we have 2 guns in our house. I go, oh my God. Right? So thing is, it's like, granted, I'm not against Second Amendment stuff. I'm just against me owning a gun because I'm so clumsy. My eyes are bad. And, what if I shoot my foot? Right? And then, that'd be horrible. And then also someone breaks in, you only have one shot at that person because, you miss, you're dead anyway. Right. So, yeah, get an RV. Think about all the homeless people that are going to come in my thing over there. Okay. So granted to what they're saying in these groups, it's like, when people try to fix their homeless problems, a lot of these cities, they put their homeless people in other cities. So, for instance, if you are in Long Beach, right, they put their homeless people to Terminal Island. And then so the Terminal Island people in San Pedro go, oh, you know what? Well, maybe we should just make that Channel Islands into an actual encampment, right? And then you have people in L.A., they're focusing in Venice, right? San Bernardino, they put them up in Atlanta or like, maybe everyone just be pushing and relocating and, it's nuts. The thing is, in Victorville, there are so many over there, right? Yes. So, okay, Jessica, that'd be great. The question is, what if the school lets me park an RV? We're a virtual school, so we don't even have a school. But I guess I could park my virtual RV. But no, I'm not going to get an RV. I've seen too many movies where that goes bad. I don't think I watched any movie where people that were in an RV and everything worked out well. Is there? Okay, so here we go. So Greg and Tracy, I need you to help me explain this to Jessica and YouTube. So the free money that we're talking about, right? Now, thing is, if I get a stimulus check, I'm not going to say no. It's like, all right, thank you for the stimulus check. Okay, awesome. Second one comes, okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, right? So right there, you have about 2,000. I think it's even more, right? But most people got 2,000. You, me, the people in prison. But yeah, and then so all of a sudden, people, they don't have to pay the taxes. You don't have to pay if you're a renter, you don't have to pay your rent for for what, a year? I don't know what it is. They can't evict you. So a lot of different things where it's like you're saving a lot of stuff, and some people still had jobs, right? So, now as a result, all this money that came out, it's there's a surplus of money that's not backed up, right? So since all these people have extra money to buy new stuff, prices are starting to go up. That's why you see like gas prices going up. You see home prices going up. You see regular food price, lumber prices going up. Everyone's going up. You know, the minimum wage is going up, right? Because my first job at AMC Fullerton, right, many years ago was I got $3.30 an hour, right? So I went to Del Taco. I ordered something, and in the bag it said hiring now. Starting wage is $15 to $16 an hour. I go, oh my gosh. You know, $15 to $16 an hour to start. I mean, you know, the take your order person, they're not the starting people. Starting people is like, you know, you're cleaning toilets and stuff, right? 15 $16 an hour for that. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, maybe I got to be a part-time Del Taco, right? And then so I heard some places are still like 14 or whatever, and then there's a lot of jobs out there. You know, you just got to just work in food. But another thing that's really good about pandemic is not the thing where a lot of food places closed, but the ones that are still in existence. It's very, very clean. And it's very, like, you don't have to worry about, like, your food being bad. Because thing is, everybody needs to have their food awesome. So that's why. You can just go pick anywhere, and it's going to be good food, right? Fortunately, in Victorville, all the fast food places, they're like gourmet. No joke. You go there, your In-N-Out burger looks like the picture. You go to Popeyes, that chicken sandwich looks like the picture. You know, even McDonald's, it all looks like the picture. But where I'm at, no. Doesn't look like it. Well, the In-N-Out usually can't go wrong with those, but it's like, over there. So the fast food's really good. And then so I don't know how much I'm going to have to worry about gaining weight, because I know that walking from my car to In-N-Out, like the restaurant, I'm going to sweat off my double 670 calories, right? I know I'm going to sweat off the fries coming out too, right? And then so I don't know. So, you know, I just, it's one of those things where when I move, I'll talk about that someday. When I'm in the process of moving, right? Right now, it's just school starts in August, and I'm still living here. And then so if I have to 30-day mortgage something, that means I better find one in like a week. But most likely I have to rent a room or something. Who knows? And then I have no idea where all my stuff's going to be. But I'm not going to worry about that at this very, very second. Okay, now I'm worried. It's not that I put it that way. But, you know, I want to enjoy summer, but I can't. Yeah. Anyways, sporting events. I don't know if they're better now than before, because I didn't go, and I don't want to go, because it's like, you know, when they're saying like, oh yeah, well, if you had the shot, then you could be in the special section at Dodger Stadium. I'm like, that sucks. Don't scarlet letter me at, you know, Dodger Stadium when I was a 3-year, you know, pass holder, season ticket holder. But granted, 3-year season ticket holder is not that big to Dodgers. There's probably people that were like 50-year owners of these things. Well, maybe not that much. Maybe like 40. So, yeah. Even pre-pandemic, I remember I watched a Dodger-Yankee game, right? I watched a Dodger-Yankee game in left field, and it's at 1 o'clock. That was hot, and it sucked. I didn't even care who won. I just wanted the game over so I could go. Yeah. So thing is, it's like, you know, when people are, you know, like I saw some pictures of the opening at Disneyland. So Greg on Facebook, he's saying like, yeah, you know, they packed them in like sardines at Dodger Stadium. So I looked at the Yahoo News. I don't even know why I watch not Yahoo News, by the way. I just do. But I saw pictures of like the first opening of Disneyland, and these lines were ridiculous. I kind of knew it because when I went to Disneyland, like what? Oh my gosh, 2 weeks ago? No. 3rd and 4th? What's the date? Oh my gosh, almost 2 weeks ago. I can't believe it's been that long. So I thought the lines were long for 30%, 35% capacity, right? Now it's at 100% capacity. Now you're fighting with lines with everybody, fighting for that seat and all that stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh. And it's hotter, right? You can't just go and think like, oh, you know what? I'm going to go in this line in Small World and inside of me 15 minutes. No, I think they sped up the ride because they don't want you hanging out in that Small World building for 15 minutes. They want you out. They want you to go to another ride. They want you to go outside so you could buy a $5 water, right? To wash down that $4 churro. If they're $4 anymore, I'd have no idea. I didn't buy a churro there in a long time. Because, well, A, they're closed down. And B, as cheap as I am, whenever I go to Disneyland, I promise myself I'm going to buy a churro at Costco. But I didn't get one this last one because I just don't want to eat churros, you know? So another thing too, good thing about pandemic, I started cooking a lot more, right? I think I have cooking in my blood, you know, natural genes of just cooking like a chef. And so my dad was a chef. You know, he was supervisor at head chef at Laurie's. And, you know, Greg, you would have loved my dad. And then we own 2 Italian restaurants. And then my mom, she cooks amazing food just all around, especially Korean food. And then my sister cooks like amazing desserts. My oldest brother, he has the chef gene. And then Stuart makes a great omelet. But, you know, so for me, I don't know. I think I have it. But then as I'm starting to do like this whole meal prep and stuff, I mean, everything sounds so much better, right? You're like, oh, okay, this is it. I mean, it's just following directions. So it goes to another thing that I realize I'm much better at following directions because you order all this stuff on Amazon, right? So you have to put it together like IKEA, or you're like, oh crap, I got to return it, right? Follow instructions, all that kind of stuff, right? So, you know, those are the type of things where it helped me out there. The pandemic also helped many of us advance in our own technology. Like it or not, we are living in the now. Breaking Bad is a really good show. Did I reference Breaking Bad in the last minute? This is strange, Jessica. I don't think my thing's that delayed, is it? Okay. But anyways, no, I appreciate your paying attention though, at least, you know. I thought you were maybe one of the people that just like press play and like not play, just click on my thing and say like, "Oh yeah, you know, I'm enjoying the show. It's pretty informative." You're not talking about anything, but I just enjoy watching you not shaving and seeing how many white hairs you have. Yeah. Oh, that's the thing too. I found out how long that I can go without shaving. And I found out the importance of hygiene during pandemic. Oh, we already talked about that. Washing your hands, brushing your teeth, washing your body, you know, little things like that. So it's about just, another thing too is for the pandemic, you learn to appreciate yourself. And then you learn what your weaknesses are, right? So my weakness is chocolate chip ice cream, right? I don't even care what brand it is. If I have one in my thing, in my freezer, yeah, I'll probably eat the whole thing in like 2 days. Do you know how I know? I'll eat it in 2 days, right? So I'll go to the store I will buy celery. I will buy kale. I will buy cabbage. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to buy half gallon ice cream or whatever it is, you know. Oh, shoot, look, it's 2 for $5 or something stupid, right? Okay, what am I going to get? Cookies and cream chocolate chip ice cream. They look exactly the same, but thing is, it's like, I don't even get it. I just like ice cream with like junk in it, right? And then so, okay, you eat healthy, and then all of a sudden it's movie night. You're like, okay, I'm going to watch a movie. Go out there, and then me being the pig I am, I'll just open it up. You scrape off the ice cream from the lid, right? And you're like, okay, that was such a fat person thing to do, right? And then you start, you know, digging at the top. And you go, okay, you know what? I'm only going to eat enough where I scrape off the initial thing on top of the ice cream. So you junk food eaters know exactly what I'm talking about. Because, you know, on top of the ice cream is always really smooth because it just poured in it, right? But then you know when a spoon went over it because it looks all spoony. I don't know. And then so I eat that. And all of a sudden I'm like, gosh, I did that in like 5 minutes. So eat a little bit deeper. Eat a little bit deeper after that, right? Next thing you know, it's like, you know, those movies where they're digging for gold or something, and all of a sudden you put your spoon in there and you hit the bottom. Gunk. I'm going, crap. I ate like almost the whole thing, right? That's a time when you should probably go like, oh, you know, maybe I got to put it back in the freezer or something. No, you're like, F it. I'm going to eat the whole thing. It's only $3 anyway, right? So, yeah. So I found out a solution for this. Don't buy ice cream. So simple. So simple. How can you eat ice cream if you do not have it in your freezer? How can you eat cookies if they are not on your desk? Right? The bad part about it is I have the answer. On Amazon, you go on Amazon Fresh and you go click ice cream, Amazon Basic for $2.99. You click on the Pepperidge Farm cookies, $2.99. Let's be good about it. Here's tomatoes, here's kale, here's celery. Oh, and then here's another ice cream, right? And then, you know, if you order it like 12 o'clock, like noon, it'll come by 5. Right outside the store right there. I only have to walk, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 steps. 4 steps, and I can have it delivered to my door. That's how lazy I am. That's how lazy Amazon's going to make us. And thank God, that's probably why Jeff Bezos got a divorce. Because it's like everybody's going to get so fat. And when I found out you could just order like that, and then, you know, like, you know, it's like $5 shipping unless you buy like $35 worth of food. So what do? You buy $35 worth of cookies. But no, I'm not eating $35 worth of cookies. It was just for storytelling time. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, but I'm glad that my technology is really good because, you know, I'm able to sing for you guys. And, you know, I love singing. I love singing. And, you know, I appreciate all of you guys that watch my stuff because, you know, I'm never going to have like 1 million people or, you know, even 1 million people. That's even overshooting it. I'm never going to have like 1,000 people. No. Okay. The Boston Red Sox, LA Dodgers World Series game, I think I had 1,000 people that day. That was a great thing. I mean, the chat was just going crazy and stuff. And even when Boston beat us in our own house, I still filmed the thing and I made a lot of friends. But I'm still single. You know, I'm more single than what the Dodgers could produce that day. But so, you know, when I do like these shows, like, you know, 5 people, 10 people, you know, it's a great experience because at least you guys like me, right? It's like you're like that one dude that goes on Small World all by himself because he just loves that ride. And I know I am that guy sometimes, but at least I could empathize with this person. So, yeah. I don't even know who's watching my stuff anymore. So anyways, that's that. If you guys have any other like pointers on what's better than normal and stuff, but I really do believe that after all all this stuff that we talked about, that we're going to be better than normal. Everybody's going to be more aware about stuff. Everyone's going to be thinking about different stuff. And then we become more advanced as society. They're going to be like, oh, wow, you know what? How about this, that, whatever, right? But I'm going to be hanging out in Victorville, singing Home on the Range, watching the people golf. Jessica, are you French? Okay. So if you know, oh yeah, the whole creativity stuff. It's you know, I'll still be creative on what I do. I'm probably gonna go up there. I'll figure out something. You know, I mean, what I realize is when I move up to high desert, that's the rest of my life. It's kind of weird, right? But it's like, it should be like the happily ever after, whatever, because I'm going to work there for at least 15 years, right? But it's like, you know, I have to go up there, start dating, probably find a wife up there. Who knows, right? Some desert woman up there. It's like, I can't do this. What am I doing? Oh, babe, don't worry. It's only 110 today. I'm like, yeah. It's like, you know, that relationship would be kind of hot. I'm kidding. So anyways, yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. But am I looking forward to finding a place? I don't know. Because if it's anything like trying to find the houses up down here, you know, even like in LA County, right? That'd be pretty nuts, whatever. But up there, I don't know. I tried a couple times looking for a house up there, and it didn't work out. Didn't work out. And then so, you know, you have people that are hard-nosing stuff, and, you know, I remember there's this one house that I wanted to get, right? It was for like $540. So it looked like Caesar's Palace inside. This was like, you know, it looked like Caesar's Palace, and it was like the big Greek things inside. You go inside the front door, which was see-through. I'm like thinking, like, I don't know if that's a good idea, right? They're going to see me with my rifle, right? And then there's 2 living rooms in the front, one on the left, one on the right. And then there's a living room by the kitchen. And, you know, you go upstairs, and then there's a bathroom that could fit like 7 people in there. So who needs a spa, right? Hey, everybody, go in the bathtub. You know, this like this crazy master bedroom size. It was like as big as my living room and kitchen put together. And then this one here. And then, you know, there's a shower. There's like, you know, it was like gym quality, you know. And then the walk-in closet up there by the bathroom was as big as a regular bedroom. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. But you know what? It's up there. No one's going to buy this house. I go, okay, you know what? I'll bid $525. And then so that real estate person, she wasn't even from up there. She was from somewhere else. I don't know, Riverside. And she goes, okay, thanks. And then so I was talking with my real estate agent. I said, yeah, you know what? Well, you know what? Maybe they're going to overbid on this one because this place is pretty nice. You know, I mean, just the wow factor. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But it's not by the golf course, and it's not by the lake, and it's not by the horses. So I'm like, okay, well, let's go $550, right? Let's see how it goes, right? So, so we put in $550. And then she goes, thanks a lot and stuff. Okay, we're going to show the offers we're getting a lot of offers right now, and we're going to show it to the owner next week. Now, the thing is, I went there, and I met the owner. The dude liked me. I was speaking in Spanish like crazy. I have a headache till this day because that's how much Spanish I was talking, right? You know, just in case you guys don't know, puedo hablar en español también, sí. So, yeah, I'm joking with the guy. All my stuff that I'm saying, talk about Mexico, talk about the Dodgers, everything imaginable. And so he said, oh, yeah, we want to sell the house really fast and stuff. Oh, okay, great. well, why don't you take my offer, right? So she goes, oh, well, we're going to give it to him next week. Okay, great. And then we're not going to do, you know, yeah, we're not going to do it till next week. Okay. Same day, we go on the website. She put it up to 580. I'm going, oh my gosh, my agent called her up. What happened? Oh, we have multiple offers on this house. There's only 2 offers, and I'm one of them. And then she goes, yeah, well, you could resubmit stuff. And I go, oh, you know what? I want that house. We have to move quickly. So I go, okay, let's bid 580. You know what? Go 585. No, let's go 585 and $10. No, 586. All right, there we go, 586. She's like, oh, okay. After we did it, thank you for the offer. We're not going to let them know until, you know, next week, and then we're going to do counter offers, right? Well, okay, whatever. So I was expecting like a week, but I'm pissed because this girl raised the price and did all this weird stuff in like 1 day or 2 days. And then so next day, they send us a counter offer, $595. Close escrow in 17 days. Cash, $17,000. And then so for the people that are buying houses, you exactly know what those numbers mean. It means I have a cash buyer and F you if you don't want to get it, right? I'm going, this freaking lady. And then so I'm like, I just wanted to just tell her, F off, right? And then all of a sudden, all these houses came on. And then now more houses are coming up. There's one that was like, you know, 430. There was another house that was like 570. There's 530. But then, you know, there's one that was like right down the street and it was like, you know, 400. So I'm thinking, okay, 595. Do I get that house that looks like Caesar's Palace? Or do I get the $400,000 house and a Lamborghini? I'm thinking, okay, which one's going to get me a wife better, right? So, anyways, I'm still houseless. But these are the things that I got to deal with, and I just don't want to do it. It is too hot to drive up there to go look at a house. You know, I wish I had somebody that like, hey, you know what? Hey, real estate agent, just tell me if it's a good house. Do you think I'd like it? No, you need to come up and see it. You know, like, hey, Kent, you want to go see a house? You know, but it's like, I don't know. So I think what I'm probably going to have to do is just rent. And then when I'm up there, then I'm going to have to think. So yeah, Jessica, the whole lease to own thing. Yeah, I don't want to do a whole rent thing. I think lease to own is only for cars. I don't know if you could lease to own a house, but whenever you lease something, you're paying like ridiculous amount. I mean, yeah, you don't have to service anything, but in the long run, you're paying more money. And so, you know, I only make so much as a teacher. Oh yeah, Tracy, are you listening right now still? Tracy, are you there? Just nod your head or something. I met your friend yesterday. His name is Tino. Do you know who he is? Think about it. Okay. I don't think she's paying attention anymore. She probably left. Because once my stream goes about an hour plus, how long has this been going? Okay. But anyways, yes. I think I'm gonna go. No, don't get their disease. What disease? Okay. I don't have the shot. So, Miss Wargo, house or no house, I'm going to have to drive up to Victorville 5 days a week. Yeah, that's not going to be fun. Zombie apocalypse. Yeah, if we have to worry about zombies and stuff, you know what? You know, I thought about too. So, when I was at Disneyland the other day, and I'm on Star Tours and Millennium Falcon ride, whatever, and you see like you're flying the thing, and then you like barely miss like the sides of those big planets, or you see like the Death Star, and then you're driving into like a little hole, but then turns that's a really big hole. I do not want to live that long to see that. I do not want to, because I was thinking about it. You're driving in space. If you nick somebody else's car, right, then you die. If somebody goes on a high-speed chase in space, right, it's not like, the cops are going to pull them over and pit maneuver them in outer space. People are going to die. So it's like that whole space stuff. I'm not that big. Even if I had all the money in the world, I would not go buy a seat with Elon Musk on that flight to Mars. That's horrible. Rosemary, how are you doing? I didn't even think we're friends anymore. You never talk to me anymore. Okay, but anyways, yeah, Rosemary's one of my best friends, and then she's one of the reasons why we have karaoke nights, because when I was 20, she was in the same class as me. Rosemary and one of our other best friends, Cesaria, and me, we're in a drama class, and we either had to sing a song or do a poem. And then so, I didn't want to do a poem. I hate reading. So I sung a song, and then we became best friends. Yay. I think my phone's dead, so I can't do that little yay thing. All right. But anyways, any questions? Yes? No? That's a pretty long one. Okay. Friday at 8. It's going to be somewhat Father's Day themed. I have no idea. Right? Because I don't even think Stuart watches anymore. And then so, but maybe, I don't know. I don't want to cry. But it's like, I will have something good for Friday. I have no idea. Friday 8, karaoke nights. Yes? So in the meantime... Oh my gosh. I realized what happened. Wait. I feel horrible. This whole time, I thought I was doing it with the earphones in this mic. Horrible. Anyways, I got to check my stuff earlier. There we go. All right, everyone. Thanks for coming, and I'll see you on Friday. But until then, happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again. Yes, I want to thank Rosemary and Tracy, Greg, Jerry Ann, Guy Negro, Leandra, Jessica, Sangung, Simon, Pistol, and my mom. Thanks for watching. Yay! Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again. Yes, I forgot Gabby out there. Happy birthday, Gabby. And no, we didn't. Oh, now you don't have to wear masks at Disneyland. I'll see you Friday. Happy trails to you.